This is Sharonda, and this is my podcast on Spreaker.com, as well as YouTube and Facebook Live Spiritual Sense. Today is Easter, which is March the 31st, a Sunday. And I'd like to start off by saying that this podcast, Facebook Live, and YouTube channel is for entertainment purposes. Again, it is for entertainment purposes. So if you go on my podcast platform, which is on Spreaker.com, you'll find a variety of topics and involving the paranormal, occult, and supernatural. I have a total of 5 podcasts on there. This being the most popular one that I record on, which is Spiritual Sense. So I consider myself to be a spiritualist, intuitive, psychic light, magic mind medium. Um, I think most people have an interest in the paranormal, occult, supernatural more so than they would let people on to know. Um, so it's not a biblical or a religious podcast. However, I may bring up the biblical text because I feel as though you cannot speak about spirituality referencing back to the biblical text. So I cannot argue the Bible with anybody. I can only go off of what my eyes have uh, seen in this life experience and my interpretation of what I feel it is. Okay. Um, so this podcast, Facebook Live, as well as YouTube channel is for entertainment purposes. Again, it is for entertainment, informational, and sometimes educational purposes. And maybe, depending on which podcast you listen to. I have Spiritual Sense, this one. Magic Mind Me True Crime Podcast. I think I got about 4 episodes on there. I need to get back into doing that one. Also, I have Health Matters, subtitle Mental Health Matters, where I go over, um, you know, concerns involving the body, ailments and things of that sort involving the body, mind, body. I have Holistic Health, where I go over homeopathic natural remedies for your minor health concerns. And then I have Motherland podcast, where I go over some customs and cultures and beliefs and things of that sort of places involving the motherland. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to get into the spiritual reading, which is essentially is a tarot card reading. And like I said, I was going to designate Sundays for my light and dark readings. Is what I'm going to do. So before I proceed, I would like to say, Father, Supreme Being of all being, thank you for waking me up, family alike, today to see another day. Continue to bless us and shield us from any injury, harm, or danger. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. As it is said, it is so. I declare and I decree. Give me infinite wisdom, knowledge, capability, and understanding as I do this reading. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to proceed with doing the tarot card reading. If this is not your forte, please don't come on here. Okay? All right. So today I'm going to do a 6 card because I am doing the dark reading in addition to the light reading. So we're going to proceed. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, it is for entertainment purposes, informational, and sometimes educational purposes. I guess it's based on who is listening or even viewing in. All right, so all right, it looks like I don't even have my uh power cord plugged in, so let me get it plugged in real quick. Just a moment. Oh gosh. All righty. Okay. So we back in business. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and this is what I have for card 1. Now, the thing about tarot card reading, I feel, is it's to each his own. Get off into tarot card. I've been doing it going on about 6 years now, and I'm going to tell you that it's you can learn a lot from doing tarot card. Believe it or not, you can. Um, some messages may be for yourself. You'll find that out. I have the costume designer card. Typically, it's going to be on a person, situation, some type of insight. Costume designer is what I have. Princess of Cups. Cups has a lot to do with feelings and emotions, creativity, relationship, intuition. That's what I feel. Now, card 2, the issue, I have power. This is what the barrier or issue is. Power or a lack thereof, or perhaps even control. Above this situation, I have Prince of Discs, the traitor. The root of the issue, I have Queen of Discs, the matriarch. To the left, I have Ace of Discs. It's this all around this reading. Ace of Discs. And to the right, I have Pleasure. I honestly feel as though this reading is applicable to someone that has some issues with power and control. Something lets me know that you have an overbearing mother, a very controlling, overbearing mother. And when you see any sense of authority in terms of female, you get angry. So we want to move this energy away because I have the pleasure card here. If you can see, I think this is what perpetuates a lot of that um, need to control or need to put one in one's place because of this controlling factor that is coming from your mother. That's what it lets me know. Something lets me know that instead of you exhibiting those energies towards light, not lightness, you go to the other side. Something lets me know this is racially motivated. So I honestly feel as though that's why the need to go to the other side is what it lets me know. Like if I can't control over here, so there's a need to go over here to try to control. That's what it lets me know. And when you're not able to get your way, you get angry. That's what it lets me know. Because as I was driving out today, I was out driving earlier, and it showed me like a shift. It was like a shift in my being. I'm like, okay, what is this referencing to? What is this shift? Like a shift. You know how when like something, it was like a shift. And so it presented to me, and I come back and I said, okay, I'm gonna do my tarot cards, and I see disc all over here. So something involving disc. We know what disc is in terms of like CDs, like something financial, but I don't believe this is financial. Um Something kept showing me like somebody dealing with records. Whoever is a record keeper, and I'm not talking about like it may show me actual records, but it's not that. It's a different record, like somebody that record keeps, meaning record, or somebody that takes note of. Is what it shows me. So I honestly feel as though this is what this is. This is This whole something shows me that I'm speaking about a spiritual duty or spirit related job field. This is the type of personality types that they put in this field. Like all of them have that same character or behavior type in that particular spiritual duty or spirit related job field, where there has been some um, harshness, a stern mother, very stern mother, and in turn, that energy has been perpetuated in this spiritual duty or spirit related job field. That's what lets me know. I think they put you in part because I have the costume designer here. In other words, the cover. You see how this person here like she's dressing you. So this could be somebody that's in uniform or something where all of them are uniform, if that makes any sense. Like all of them are the same way in this spiritual duty or spirit related job field. That's what it was showing me. Now let's get a little bit about love. I think this is basically love of self. That's what it lets me know. Love of self or lack thereof. All right. Um, because oftentimes when people don't get their needs met, they will go to a certain group or target a certain group for them to be the vessel or the voice of their concerns. That's what it lets me know. So let's go ahead. We're gonna pull out your love cards. Let's get a little bit about how you feel about yourself because I do believe that um, you don't feel good about yourself. That's what it lets me know. I have mirror. Mirroring each other, self-image, relationship, reflect our wounds and introspection. I think you probably have some issues in terms of physical, superficial things, if that makes any sense. Like um vanity, some shit that can fade. Don't nobody care anything about that. You have to build on the inside beauty, build on the inside as an individual. Don't get out here and be concerned about what other people look like on the outside when your inside and perhaps outside is not up to par. It's the point. Worry about things that are more relevant in life. And you will find healing because beauty comes from within. And you'll begin to see that the beauty within you will radiate on the outside, even if you're not, quote, attractive in your standard of attractiveness. People won't pay that any attention. But when you exude this sense of authority and want to rectify and all of this other stuff, that is unappealing. And your vanity will become apparent. As a matter of fact, it'll be worse off than what it is. It'll be exaggerated even. So I show that this person has some issues with self-esteem and self-image. And as a result, you need to work on the inside. Build character, do things that bring you joy and happiness, and it will radiate. And I promise to God, you're going to think this is crazy. Your appearance will change. Although appearances, I'm not going to sit here and say they're not important, they are important. But what you want to change about your appearance will change. It's the point. I have the Grand Reaper. I honestly feel as though the relationship, it says the relationship is over, no second chance, grow and transform your life. That's Satan speaking to you. Something lets me know that you're battling a demon. I don't know what it is, but you have a issue that needs to be rectified. You have the issue that needs to be rectified, is what it lets me know. Understand and trust this. We all will battle spirits. I think your issue is um something lets me know it's a battle in the mind to get your soul. It's more or less soul driven, is what the cards show me. I think you feel apathetic, spiritual apathetic, like no one gives a about me, is what I feel. That's what the enemy wants you to think and feel. The enemy is a liar. Don't believe everything that presents to you, even in your physical appearance or vanity wise. The enemy is a liar. Because I could come in here look like I'm 400 pounds some days, and other days it look like I'm about 250 or 280 or whatever. The enemy likes to play on our mindset, is the point. I have lightning card. I honestly feel as though it says sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, and transformation. A transformation is coming for you. As a matter of fact, something lets me know within a week. A transformation is coming for you, and it's going to let you know what is relevant versus not. Now let's get some let's put the cards on thoughts, faith, and belief, because we can't talk about I discuss love. I discuss what the we're gonna get to the root of the issue when I do the dark reading, but I did the life, I did the love. Now we're gonna get your thoughts, faith, and belief, because I think you are no different than anybody else. The battle is in the mind to get you to believe that's not true. Okay, so we're going to proceed um, with thoughts, faith, and belief card. 1, 2, and 3. And you will see how God works. And you will see synchronicity. You will. I didn't come in here and say, okay, let me see, I'm going to pick that chord and then that one go with that. No. Pay attention to how life works. It is spooky. When you start paying attention to commonalities and when things are in alignment and in sync, uh-huh. That's the God's honest truth. I have Queen of Cups here. I think your feelings, I'm going to tell you what I think is going on with you. Okay? I think what's going on with you is you have some issues in terms of your mother that you need to come to grips with. You're going to find that every other household is the same way. I had issues with my mama for years that I had to heal, and still at 40, going on 45 years old, still healing from. This is normal. You need to come to grips with how you feel about your mother, because you only get one. Well, some people get, you know, adopt a mom or a so-called informal mom, but you only get really one mother. So you need to do something with your feelings, because I think your thoughts is driven by your feelings, because as I pull these cards here, I get 2 cups cards. And what did I say cups represents? Has a lot to do with feelings and emotions, creativity, relationship, intuition, and compassion. So you need to have some compassion for your mother, okay? And whatever issues that you have for your mother, just move it away. We all feel that way. See, this is how Satan is. Satan lets oftentimes like to make us feel as though we're the only one that is dealing with something. That is not true. 10 of Cups shows up here. 10 represents renewal, fulfillment, and end of cycle. So I think in 7 days, I, I'm not going to sit and say it's instantaneous, but you're going to begin to get revelation over the course of 7 days. Kind of like how they have a 7-day revival at church. and things are going to begin to dissipate, and you're going to begin to see things in a different perspective. You have a lot of more respect for your mother, despite of. Um, Now the next card I have the High Priestess card. That's what I have. Now, what does the High Priestess card mentions? Well, let's get that card. It says divine feminine intuition, spirituality, and emotions. Because you're going to begin to see that your mother was a vessel for a message to be relayed. I understand that. She was. Your birth mattered. And it was a vessel, and you are more than what you have been, what it has been presented to you that you are. Because I honestly feel as though your mother wasn't what can I put it? Your mother was not a goddess or god or what have you. She was not a perfect person. Mine was not a perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. That's a figment of your imagination. There's no such thing as perfect. Okay, we got one, we got two, and we have three. So we want to get to the root of the issue. Something keeps showing me about Sigmund Freud. Like Sigmund Freud is a psychoanalyst, very well revered in psychology. Speaking about the ego, the superego, and the id, begin to look him up. These are spirits, by the way. This is God by way of when you are faced with certain challenges in this life experience. This is it. This is God. It's a spirit that has been given a name. Sigmund Freud. All right. Atlantis. Celtic upside down, scribe writer. So I honestly feel as though there is a loss. I feel as though I show that lost civilization. So that lets me know that in your past, it was not civilized. Like a joke. And that's why you have this lack of authority or initiative or respect is what I'm getting at for female counterparts because of that disconnect from your mother, the matriarch. That's what lets me know. I have Celtic upside down, so we know what Celtic is. Well, it lets me know because I have the Celtic turned upside down. Something is to be read in the opposite regarding the Celtic cross. So let's see. I have scribe or writer. And the high priestess is divine feminine energy, intuition, spirituality, and emotion. So I honestly feel as though the key word divine feminine energy, I feel as though your mother was not, quote, divine. I just mentioned this. She was not a, how can I put it? Without speaking negatively about your mother, she wasn't a perfect person. No one is. But you need to learn how to heal so you're able to move past that. Because even though she wasn't a perfect person, hey, there's still no need for you to get out here and do some things foolishly because of some cards that was dealt to you in this life experience. Because I'm gonna tell you, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and say I had the best cards, but I know how to mind my own damn business too. All right, so we're going to proceed. So I'm gonna get my dark get my dark cards ready because we want to get to the root of the issue. And but I do feel as though there's some self-esteem concerns that are going on with you as to why a lot of this energy is being perpetuated out. And I honestly feel that way to feel the need to want to prove a point and all this other stuff. I don't feel the need to want to prove a point. I got too much going on to feel the need to want to do that. And I'm pretty sure the next person does as well. I have this card here turned in the upside down. So that means I'm going to read the positive as the negative and the negative as the positive. Let's proceed. We're going to go to the Egyptian Tarot and we're going to read this card. This is actually a major arcana card, is what this is. It's a major arcana card. Again, the podcast, YouTube, and Facebook Live is for entertainment purposes. It is for entertainment purposes. And the reason why I have to say that because many of times I'm like this. Don't get me wrong. I have said some negative things in my life. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm perfect. But one thing I try to do is come on someone's platform. And if it's something that I don't agree with or that doesn't click with me, I just simply cut it off or don't go back on there. I have the chariot here, which lets me know duality, two-sided. Um, so could this very well be a situation where it's directed towards your mother, but ultimately you have a lack of authority on both sense of the matter, like male as well as female, but somehow you are geared towards more or less feminine energies. What it lets me know. So we're going to say the positive is the negative, and the negative is the positive. Now, the positive mentions triumph. I think this is how you view things because of this disconnect. Somehow you feel that those who come around you are above you. I have success, spiritual or material evolution, achieved with intelligence. You don't feel like you measure up. It's what it lets me know. Honors, recognized merits, ambitions, direction, and government. Like you view these individuals, as I mentioned, like they are above you, or somehow. In other words, intimidated. Some feeling of intimidation. That is Satan telling you these things. That is Satan perpetuating these lies within you. Positive, failure, lack of success, defeat, capacity, problems due to one own's mistakes. See what I'm saying? You have to look introspectively to see how when you are taught and when there's a battle in the mind, you will see the negative as positive and the positive as negative. Stolen loss of an already certain result, bad government. Turn it around. Things are going to turn around for you in a more favorable sense, is what it lets me know. It really is. Because God will begin to show you contrast. Just look at it as that. Contrast, turn it around to where you don't feel threatened or intimidated and that somebody is beneath you because they're not. We all are in this life experience for a reason. Okay? So we're gonna go ahead. We're going to let's get your energy read, and then I'm gonna get into life's purpose, your angel card, and we're gonna end with the light reading with your soul truth. We're gonna go into the dark reading as well. Get off into tarot cards. They could be very therapeutic, not only for self but many others. I kid you not. And you'll begin to have your own language in turn with it. So what energy do I want to send your way? What energy do we want to send your way? Because I honestly feel as though, um, in order for you to heal like anybody else, you have to your energy space needs to be changed. Is what that is. That means oftentimes, those who you think you love may need to move away from you. Inner strength. God is working on you internally, introspectively, is what that is. Nothing moves me from my path to the light because I have complete confidence in myself. I realize my innate qualities and abilities and know that with God, I can do anything. All the power I need is within me. And that is true. You have to be the driving force to want for change. Now let's get your angel card read here. Let's see what the angel card says. This is what we have for your angel card. Patience is going to take time. I said within 7 days, I'm going to speak not a curse, but I'm going to speak positivity and encouragement in this situation. Archangel Jophiel, your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize. Still, they need nurturing and patience. So things are going to work out for you. We are in spring, so things are going to bloom for you. The flowers are going to, how we went from the gloomy days, it's going to go into the blooming days now. That's what's going to happen. Things are going to work favorable for you. So trust and believe that. So let's get your soul truth card read. Support. Your life purpose fully supports you. And then look at here. You see you have that Caduceus sign there. Now I did have the Green Reaper to show up here, so I honestly feel as though um you don't have any health concerns to be concerned about. Somebody told you a lie. That's a lie. The devil is a lie. All right, let's get your soul truth. So you can rest assured of that. Heal your soul, and you'll see how those spirits will dissipate from you. It says, am I apologizing for my truth? So I honestly feel as though um the truth had to be brought out for you, before you. What part of you is apologizing for your truth and why? Today's soul's action. Today, be proud of your truth. Catch yourself when you want to apologize or withhold parts of it. You never know whose life you will change when you are brave enough to speak it. Be the lighthouse that shines on the courage that lives in all of us. This will give others permission to speak their own truth. There is room for all of us. Courage is contagious. I think you are courageous um, in terms of acknowledging an issue when it has been presented to you, acknowledging it, and so we can heal and move past it. If that makes any sense to you. Now we're going to go ahead. We're going to get into the dark reading because I honestly feel as though I could sit here and hold up cards and say little cliches and phrases all day long, but I think it's something dark deep within, and you would know what that is. Because, like I said, this is a general reading, so I don't know all the specifics, many of times. But if God wants me to know, so I'm just going to pull out two of these for today. Two of the dark general cards. Let's do two for time purposes. Because we want to get to the root of the issue, and we will. All right, so Ace of Pentacles, and I have this card here. I honestly feel as though look. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Based on the cards, you did not have the best life. Something shows me that um, you didn't have a father figure in your life, and you didn't have that support. You didn't feel that security, and I'm reading it in the opposite on my dark readings, my dark card for this reader. You didn't have a father figure in your life. You didn't have that support, that nurturing mother, or anything of the sort in your life. I have Ace of Pentacles, relates to material aspects of life, career, finances, business, and possession. So I do believe that, the everyday luxuries, you had the basic minimal. Could you very well had been in foster care, or some type of broken home, or whatever the case may be. It's something dark about your situation is what it lets me know. And we're going to get to the root of the issue. I'm going to pull out four of these cards here. These are the how can I put it? It's they refer to as demons, but kind of like demonic, but it's negative energy. What negative energy was surrounding you in terms of your background and things that transpired to facilitate a lot of behaviors that are exhibited in you now. Well, number one, I pulled out four. I have King of Pentacles. Pentacles relates to material aspects of life, career, finances, business, and possession. So it says birth. Again, not having that support from your father financially, emotionally, spiritually, or what have you, but somehow it's being directed towards women, particularly crossed over, is what it shows. Turns any metal into gold, gives one high offices and titles, answers questions about past, present, and future. Um, so I honestly feel as though you all not only do you have issues just in reading that card, not only do you have issues with female authority or authority, like you have an issue with authority, but it's being directed towards a certain female, if that makes any sense, or a type of female. And I honestly feel as though you also have an issue with identity, like self as well. So this is a cover for how one feels about oneself. Now I have two of wands, IPAS or IPAS, post pos, however you want to refer to that as. So wands relates to willpower, life force, passion, creativity, ego, and personality. So it's something deep within. The key word is ego. Something deep within. Deep within. Two, unity, balance, partnership. It's something within you. Tales of the past and the future can make one intelligent and bold. So, again, I think the battle is in the mind, and a lot of your feelings are being perpetuated by this belief or lack thereof, disbelief or disconnect from positive influences. So you got a lot of things going on with you. When there's no God within you, as they would say, you are open and susceptible to all types of things in this life experience. Attack on the mind, intellect, mentally, physically, spiritually, ultimately a battle for the soul. So you need to get yourself right. And as I speak to you, I speak to me, and I speak to, my children or whomever else will choose to listen. Now, and I'm gonna put it all in layman's term, because as I mentioned, God is the magician. He's the illusionist. And I'm gonna end with a confirmation in just a moment. I have 10 of swords here. Swords relates to the mind and intellect, action, knowledge, power, and change. 10 represents renewal, fulfillment, end of cycle. I honestly feel as though God has came to you spiritually, and some things were told to you that was a lie. But if you keep on, I will make it manifest. And that's not a threat because I don't even know you, but I know it's applicable to somebody. Malthus builds houses and high towers, destroys an enemy's thoughts and desires, and all they have built, gives good familiars. Now I'm gonna explain something to you. That right there to me is confirmation of what I just said, and I didn't even read. This is my first time pulling this card. So in other words, God will show you in spirit or in the mind what can manifest based on you if you do not change. I will show you that they are liars, and if you keep on, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna co-sign on it if that makes any sense. Like say for instance, if I have shown you that I can put the spirit in them to tell a lie, but it will be golden and set in stone, then it's going to manifest in your experience if you don't change your ways. As I speak to you, I speak to me. I have the death card, Lucifer. Lucifer. I think this is something that, it's Easter today. I think this is something that was being perpetuated by way of Jesus. Something lets me know this is what manifested with him. I'm going to show you these spirits. I'm going to show you what they're going to do. You will know it before it happens. And if you don't change your ways, I will make do on it and it will manifest and become set in stone. You will know that they're telling a lie, but the lie will become your reality as such. I think this is what you're battling right now. I have death. We all know what death is. Promotes liberation and illumination, incites jealousy and envy. These are spirits. These are taunting spirits. Reference to my podcast visual platform as well as my uh visual platform as well as the audio where I speak about taunting spirits. Because I honestly feel as though just in mentioning this reading, it showed me the 12 disciples. And the 12 disciples was kind of like the story with what? Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, so to speak, or what have you, where these are energies and spirits that are being presented to you. And if you believe it, it will become your reality. I think it's such as that. Like what Jesus dealt with and the so called 12 disciples, or like how we have 12 jurors and things of that sort. Like you will begin to see what comes in is a replay of what may be in regarding your situation. In other words, you have more control over what can come into fruition, all based on what you believe, what you accept, and what your covenant is. If that makes any sense to anybody. Okay. So I am going to conclude this episode of Spiritual Sense doing the light and dark reading. I may get into a topic for today. I did say I want to speak about Jezebel's spirit or what have you. I may get to a topic of today or I may not. I don't know. It depends. It may be later on today. But thank you for tuning in. You have a safe and wonderful day.